In this video, I want to show you how to download the census spatial data. What does it mean? It means after Statistics Canada has collected the census information from you and I, how do they aggregate into aerial averages, such as within the neighborhood, what is the average income? And I want to show you some of the variables from census. So the first step is, if you are on campus, you can easily access what is called the data center of CHASS U of Toronto. But if you are off campus, you need to access through the library at Guelph. So what you would do is, in my case, I'm here off campus. I'll go to the library website, log in, and go to the database list. Click here. It will take you to A to Z database. If you scroll down, search for the keyword census. The first one that pops up, it's called Canadian Census Analyzer. It is located in the Center of Humanities and Social Science at the University of Toronto, that is given access to other institutions like us as a subscriber. So if you click that link, Canadian Census Analyzer, that will take you to CHASS at utoronto.ca. So let you see the website. It's data center at chassutoronto.ca. If you go directly to data center CHASS at utoronto.ca, you will go to Canadian Census. Click here. You will see access forbidden if you are off campus. If you are on campus, you will be able to see this website and utilize the dataset directly. So coming back to the off-campus access through the library, which is the same website, if we choose, let me come back to here. If you choose Canadian Census Analyzer, that will take you to the same website as what the library at Guelph has taken us. The only difference is, being off campus, you need that VPN from the library subscription, whereas if you are on campus, you will be able to access this website directly. So let's scroll down. We want the latest census year, 2021. You can click here, or you can focus on the geographic units like dissemination area or enumeration area. Both will take you to where we want. Let's say, let me take by census year 2021, and I want to look at profile of dissemination areas. Click here. This is exactly the same as if you come back to this website and click EA, and 2021 will take you to exactly the same page where we want to. Now, I want to, for example, find the dissemination areas for Guelph. And instead of checking by alphabet, I go to province. This is in Ontario. Now you need to do a little search where it's Guelph located, which county or which region it's Guelph located. So do a little Google search, you will discover that it's in the Wellington County. Click that, that will include Guelph in it. Scroll down, you will see different tabs of groups of census variables. The first tab is population and dwellings. It gives you the count of population in 2021, 2016, and the count of number of total private dwellings in 2021. And also population density and land area. If you want to calculate density on your own, you can choose population. So select the variables of interest to you. For example, I want to look at the 2 census years population, and I also want a count of total private dwellings, including those that are not occupied by usual residents. So that means it's a total count of dwelling units. Look at other tabs. You can look at population by different age groups. The first sub-tab is for both genders. You can look at just male or just female by the different age group. Suppose I'm interested in those who are 65 years and older. For example, I want to propose an old age homes. Then I will click that. Now notice that how the variables are organized by indentation. If you sum these subcategories, 0 to 4, 4 to 9, 10 to 14, it will give you a total as if being just click this once, 0 to 14. Now, if you click 0 to 14, 15 to 64, 65 and above, summing these three selections together is the same as if giving you that one total age groups in the first unindented category. So in my case, I'm just interested in 65 and above, and perhaps I want to later calculate the total of population in a particular neighborhood or DA who are above 65 years old. You can look at within the neighborhood or dissemination area, what is the average or what is the median age of the population. Some other variables that you might want to consider, take a look at the type of dwellings, number of people in private households, or number of private households with 3 persons only, or average household size. Remember, if you sum number of households with 1 person, 2 persons, 3 persons, 4 and 5 persons, these 5 subcategories, you are getting back the total number of private households, which is exactly the same as the total number of private dwellings occupied by usual residents. So there are certain variables in one tab that are the sum of other subcategories in other tabs. Now, one more thing, census define, let's come to here, FHM stands for family, household, and marital status. Now, Statistics Canada define families and household differently. Households are basically people living within one dwelling unit using the same entrance to the house. In other words, it could be a household, could be totally unrelated people. Whereas families, census define 2 types of families. There are census families and economic families. Census families are the typical traditional definition of families, husband-wife family, or common law partners with or without children, or lone parents with or without children, or children living with grandparents. And economic families would consist of a broader concept, including next of kin, rather than the immediate family or immediate kin. You can take a look at the marital status by total or by gender. You can look at family characteristics or household characteristics, or by gender or household by type, with or without children. Suppose I'm interested in one-parent family household only, or even multi-generational households. Income is a very interesting set of variables. Look at the total for both gender. There are different types of income recorded in census. First one would be after-tax income, which is the total. Another type would be market income. These are all the incomes earned in the market, including employment income or self-employed income or investment income from the market. And then it's subdivided in further definition of employment income or government transfers, which is not market income, employment insurance benefits, not market income. Because it's 2021, it also includes COVID-19 emergency recovery benefits. Further down, you can look at different income groups by age and by household, and then look at income by employment type or by employment, or number of recipients, how many receive total income, how many of them are 15 years or above, what is the after-tax income, what is the market income. So take a look at the detailed classification of the different types of income that you might want. You can look at languages spoken at home, at work, knowledge of different languages, minorities, immigration status, housing conditions, whether they are owners, renters, or other types, are they condominium or not, and the size, number of rooms. Notice that number of rooms is not number of bedrooms. Number of rooms would include bathrooms, dining rooms, family rooms, so on and so forth. You can look at average number of rooms per dwelling within the neighborhood. The period of construction, was that new or was that old dwellings? Whether the dwelling required repairs or not, how many maintainer of the household, what is the age of the household maintainer, how much they spend on shelter cost, so on and so forth. You can look at further down, it has monthly shelter cost for renter, and then median and average dwelling values in the neighborhood or in the DA. Other information you might be interested in could be education. What is the highest certificate, diploma, or degree for the population? Or even journey to work. How long does it take the residents on average to commute to work? Mobility, how many of them just moved last year or in the last 5 years into the neighborhood? Now, once you have checked the variables of interest to you, take a look at employment. Where is labor? This is employment. It will tell you whether it's employed or unemployed, working full-time or part-time, average number of weeks worked, different classes of worker. And then it has the National Occupation Classification. Which class of workers are you, or industry classification? North American Industry Classification System, and there are more here compared to the National Occupational Classification. So you might be interested in the employment groups of the residents in the DA, and also whether they work at home or outside home, and whether there's no fixed workplace for the workers in the DA. So suppose I'm interested in all industries. Actually, it will give you just the total. So I'm interested in percentage and also the count of residents in all different classifications. So let me just select all of them. So now these are the box beneath here would be all the variables I have selected for my analysis. So what do you want to output with? Well, because eventually you will match the data set with the spatial unit so that you can visualize the variables in a map. So basic thing is include the DA or the dissemination area name. Nothing to change. You want the variables to be in column and you don't need it to be zipped. It's not a very large file. You can have a screen output, but I want it to be downloaded to a file that is comma separated so that I can open it up in Excel. Click Submit. There you go. So these are the files available. It's separated into two files. The first one is the data file. The second one is the header file, which is the title for your columns. So if you click, both will be downloaded. So this one you might have to copy and paste to a worksheet. So let me open this file. So again, you can take a look at it. So this is the data file that you have or I have downloaded. Let me add a worksheet and copy and paste the header file here. So if you read your column 1 is the GOUID, this is the DAUID. You notice that here it's only 4 digits and the rest are more than 4 digits. What it means is this is an aggregate of any DAs starting with the number 3523. So if you sum all these DAs starting with 3523, it will be a total right there. Column 1, so column 0 is the DAUID. Right here, GOUID is the number of the dissemination area that eventually we will use to match with the visual spatial unit in QGIS. And the rest of the columns are the variables we have collected or downloaded from the website.